there was Polly.
You are now listening to
The Polygenesis Show.
What up, 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 what up,
You can stop whenever.
what up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Polygenesis Show.
What up?
I'm your host, Coach Bruce, and I'm with my lovely co-hosts every week, Qiana and Jasmine.
Hey.
What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is doing well on this lovely Saturday.
Yes.
Yo, we had a little technical difficulty, so if you guys was watching the first, it's like, oh, what happened to the live?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to make sure that audio and stuff is good.
Yep.
But just like I said, just hope everybody is doing good. Hope everybody is great. I know we doing good. Or I'm doing good. I can say I'm definitely doing good.
I'm doing good.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I
You
could
looking good?
Well, thank you. You know, thank you.
You
Yeah.
looking scrumptious.
You know,
Yeah,
y'all.
you cheesing hard.
I feel like a damn the cream in a cookie.
You right.
I'm just sandwiched between two deliciousness.
No, what do they call what do they call them cookies? The vanilla one and the chocolate one.
Oh,
what
them
called?
sandwich cookies.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Duplex.
Duplex.
Yeah.
No.
Ain't it duplex?
Shit, I don't know.
I think it is duplex.
I gotta be outside.
Of course.
Well, you like
I'm
the-
outside too.
Well, she's like the the regular Oreo. You like the
vanilla one.
and I'm the cream, but I'm like the brown cream.
It's
in
because
between.
I'm light.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, you guys, we got a good show for you guys. Hope you guys is ready.
Y'all saw that topic. It said, "What the we doing?"
Right, what are we doing? So, look, we just came back from the land. You guys that don't know, we actually have 10 acres of land up in northern Nevada, and we're actually going to we're starting building on it. So what we did this week is like we went down there. We actually made sure that the markers, the posts, was there. And it was funny because here it is, we got 10 acres. That joint is huge. And so when we found the first two posts, we went to the opposite side of the lane and we just kept walking. Like we walked forever trying to find those other two posts. And then I got the epiphany. I was like, hold on, I think we're going the wrong way. And so we had to go back to the other way, to the east direction, to actually find the other two stakes. And so we was out there and it was amazing. It was beautiful. The wind was blowing though. But I mean, just so the scenic was amazing. The mountains. We actually went live on @TaylorFamilyEmpire on IG. We went live and we actually showed the land and everything. And I mean the soil was good. It got some sagebrush on there, some native plants, and so it's a lot of things that's out there. And so it's funny. So Dwayne, he was like, I was like, yeah, I got to send this drone up to get that area view. He was like, man, that wind. Gonna take it, right? So I had my phone. I had to connect my phone Wi-Fi to the drone and all that. And so we put it down on the ground, and I hit the hover, and that joint just took off, flew, and then I was able to watch it on my camera, on my phone.
You didn't show us yet.
It was funny. I was able, and then it went so fast.
Show us.
I'm sorry. It went so fast. I'm gonna show y'all. It went so fast that the drone lost signal and it crashed.
Aww.
And
This remind us in Connecticut,
Yeah.
baby.
No, that was worse.
baby. Just we was
No.
out there
That shit
all
was funny.
day.
That was so funny.
all
with the
day.
drone,
It took
when you
two people just climb on that truck to get it out. It took
In the
him
tree.
all
It
day.
was in a tree,
It
right?
was in a
Yes.
tree. It was
Oh
high up
my
in the tree
gosh.
too. So we had a tree climber.
You
come
and
out.
Joneses don't work. It's okay.
Nah, it was cool. But that wind was blowing and it just took it. I mean, that thing flew. It felt
So
like
it was the wind. So what happened in Connecticut? Was it the
look,
wind?
man, I don't know what you're talking about with Connecticut. But anyway, it was that wind took that drone, and it flew. And so it's like, all right. So now I'm like, damn. I thought about Connecticut when y'all
bet
lost the
you
drone
did.
in the tree.
Y'all.
And I was like,
I wasn't even.
We wasn't even
with you.
around y'all.
No. I was there, but I wasn't. I was in the car.
and so
I wasn't there.
And so we had, now mind you, this is all open land. And that drone was like, those who are not watching, you can't see it, but the drone was like this big. Actually, it's a little smaller.
But the other one was this big.
Yeah.
You lost that.
Okay. We're not going to be redundant on that one. Okay, I don't know what happened with that one, but we're not gonna be redundant on that one. All right, but anyway,
It is okay.
and so I drove, and I'm like, now I jumped in the truck, and we just drove, you know, and just trying to find it. And I was like, man, I just hope I don't freaking run over this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Shit,
so what I
thinking
was
about that
doing,
too.
I just like thought of something. I was like, oh, okay, I can still reconnect while my phone is up with the drone because the drone is still on. And so I went on the Wi-Fi and it picked up.
Okay.
Oh, so
And
a
I was
light
like,
bulb
oh,
went off
I
in
was
your
like,
head.
oh, cool. Be quiet. I was like, oh, cool. And so I got out the truck and now I'm like this. I'm searching, trying to look like I'm looking
You
for
was
signal.
just like that?
Right, I was. I was looking
okay.
for signal, and then we found it. And then Wayne went out. He was like, "Oh, I found it," and I was like, "Man." So yeah, that was my experience. So I didn't get no area views of anything.
Oh.
So when y'all watch the video, it's hilarious. When y'all watch the video just you see the drone just take off, like hover, just, and then it just.
Babe, just let it go, baby.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can't.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
okay.
Yeah, but anyway,
You
other
got
than
some
that,
more times to do it with.
yeah, whatever.
You got some
Pound
more
tink
time.
tink.
Yeah, me and drones don't get along well. You know, it's just like I see everybody. I think it's an art to it. I don't know. It's something I just don't.
You
Probably
should have
is.
perfect aim though, right? So it shouldn't be a problem.
Perfect aim.
I don't know if that was a
I
diss
don't know
or
what
what.
you. Right.
You should have perfect aim. You got all these kids, and all these.
Drone. What does that?
You should be able to maneuver.
Maneuver.
Y'all know
what I
I
gotta
make
put
up
up with?
words. Y'all know I make up words. Let's not
I don't know how to
hold on.
maneuver.
Maneuver.
I don't know how to
Baby.
maneuver.
But he always talk about me, but then he be like, man, he be like this. He be like, man, your voice sexy though. I like your accent, so it's okay. Say what you said.
Yeah, but maneuver. Yeah, but anyway, but like yo, so we out there, right? And it was just so amazing. I was seeing so much stuff, and so I marked it, you know, with the marking spray paint, and I put a big X kind of sort of in the middle, and that's where we're gonna put our center at, and we're gonna build, you know, our houses and stuff around it, and you know, we're gonna do some underground stuff. It's a lot of things that we're gonna do. It's coming soon, you know what I mean? And so it was just amazing out there, and so we got a chance to, you know, go out into the community because it's a small town. The town is like maybe about 500 people, 300 to 500 people.
Really? I thought it was less than that, like
About
344, something like that.
Three something, yeah, 3 to 4 or 500 people. But what I love about it is, and this is a key that I want to get you guys, that it's off-grid property, no zoning, and also because we live in Nevada, it's no state taxes. Also, on top of that, because of the county that we're in, it's an unincorporated township.
Can you explain no zoning?
I
for
will
some
in a
people?
minute.
Okay.
And it's unincorporated township.
No, I know what it is, but for people
Right,
who's
it's cool.
listening, they might not
It's
know.
unincorporated township on top of that. And then the good thing is you can open up any business that you want. You don't even need a business license out there.
So,
Yeah, that's dope
oh
as
my
hell.
God, your dream will come true. You can open up the titty bar
Oh my god.
/ cleaning.
Shake the melons. Shake the melons. All right.
Okay.
Well, hold on. I got some.
Where that money at? Where that money
I ain't got no
at?
beads though. Anyway, you just
This
have to
ain't
do it
New
without the beads. You have to
Orleans.
do it without the beads.
Oh,
But
Lord.
yeah, so we got out there, man, and the feel was great. Everybody was happy. It wasn't like stressful like the city was. You know, people owned their businesses. It was a guy that had a nice store, convenience store, and he made it out of a barn. And it was nice. The feel was nice. The vibe was nice. Everybody was nice out there, man. And so it was just amazing.
They
And
was
so
nice.
what we're trying to do now is we're actually trying to find land either on the main road or we're trying to find like close, like a little bit into the town a little bit. Because like I said, we could put any structure on there. You could put a container house. You could do an urban. You could do whatever, like a nice, you know, with a structure, and you could build your business, and you can have several businesses in this one plot.
Yeah, but nice titty bar.
Stop! What is this titty bar thing?
Hey, I'm just saying, out there in the country, I ain't see no titty bars. They might need one. Okay.
Well, we ain't no titty
Don't-
from us.
Them,
But
them-
anyway,
oh no, not from us. No.
well, you better stop for your little young light skinned bubby. And they be like,
I'm gonna be.
"Come on, light skin."
Hey, why you taking top off?
Right.
Oh my god.
Flash shots.
He said, "We want to dance."
Right. Nah, but so when we was out there in the community, I was just talking to a lot of the locals and things, and I was trying to see the infrastructures. I was seeing some things that we can be a blessing for in the community, and also some things that we can add. Because you don't want to go out there with a city mentality.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you have to do something that's more beneficial to the overall
For the community. Yeah.
And so it leads us to this: what the F are we doing? So it's funny because when we're looking at our family structure, or when you're thinking about building a family structure, whether it's monogamy, whether it's poly, whatever your family dynamic is, you have to really ask yourself one thing. One thing is, what's the vision for it?
Right.
And how can it help outside of you? Because I believe that as an ecosystem, everything feeds itself. And so a lot of times when we create and we do things, a lot of times, sometimes we think about self. But it's actually not self. It's actually, okay, what am I doing for the next generation? What is that footprint? What is that mark that I can lay, and a foundation I can lay, to the future generations?
Basically, you're talking about legacy.
Yeah. And, and really being a blessing to your community.
What just happened?
It was just a way. Basically, you.
I know. I
talking
thought she was
about
being
legacy.
sarcastic at first.
Right.
Oh no, I was trying to have
Basically, you
like
talking
cute
about
voice
legacy.
on. I was trying to have my cute voice on.
That was cute. That was like a sexy voice.
He said
Basically, talking about legacy.
Nah, but so that's the thing. And so everything, once again, we kind of talked about this before, but everything has to have a purpose. And so even when you're building your structure, even when you're building your family, even when you're building a house, when you're building a business, what is the purpose?
Right.
What is your goal? What is your dreams? What is your aspirations?
Well, that's like in relationships. Like when you have a relationship, it's like, what's the point of our relationship? Like even in a friendship, and I have to be just a marital relationship or a boyfriend girlfriend relationship. Is you got to look at family, friends. Like, what is our ultimate goal? Are we gonna be long-term friends or are we short-term friends? Some people have them friends they've been together for 15 years or more.
Right.
Like. And then over time, they be like, I don't even know why we was friends. You got those people, but
Right. Yeah, that's true.
But then I see a lot of friendships too that that I was a part of, or that I know other people were a part of, but within their friendship. Shut up. But like my mom has a best friend that she's been best friends with since they were in school. And their friendship, I think, was probably about 50 years old. They've been best friends.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
And so that type of friendship, I'm like, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. I can definitely deal with
I
that.
think when you're dealing with friends, you're dealing with family, you're dealing with anything, I think one thing that we have to really focus and think about is the equity
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
Because like even things like, we teach, like one thing my mentor always told me, he said, listen, you got to be wise about where you sow your seed.
Yeah.
You got to be wise about your seed, whether it's words, whether it's money, whether it's, you got to be
whether
careful.
it's producing
Yeah,
too.
you got to be careful because you don't want to just be wasteful when you're sowing your seed. And it's amazing because it took me actually to like 2 years, but really this year to actually see, well, last year, the end of last year, to really to see what that really means.
Yeah.
And so think about that. He told me that about 6 years ago. And he said, you got to be careful about your seed and about, where you sowing. You can't just be wasteful with your seed. It's because like this, when you're dealing with relationships or you're dealing with anything, it has to be equitable.
Right.
If you always giving, and no one gives to you, that's an unequitable situation. That relationship is off balance.
Yeah. I was
Well,
just
can
gonna
you
say that.
explain the difference between equitable and equal? Because some people, feel like a relationship should be equal.
Well, equity brings things equal or brings things to balance. Equity means that, it's almost like a teeter-totter. Just think about that teeter-totter. Here it is. You have, two people kind of the equal weight, right? And you will always be balanced out really on that teeter-totter. But when you have someone that weight is kind of fluctuating, one person is more heavy, that person that's heavy is going to be all the way down. The other person that's light is going to be at the top, right? And so that's an unequitable relationship. Equal is just basically, everything is being provided equally across the board.
Right.
In certain situations, equality is cool, but a lot of things to restore balance is about equity because someone can have long hair and then you got a girl or something, just a little easy thing. You got a girl that don't have long hair, and so here it is. You like, you want some weave or something, or you want to get braids in your hair. You want something, and so here it is. You buy her hair to get her hair braided to have long hair, and now it makes it equitable with everyone else.
Yeah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But equal will be like, oh, because you got her long hair, you brought her hair, you need to buy me hair.
Right.
Yeah.
But y'all don't need hair. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. But in certain cases, equal works. Because you want to be equal in certain things, or distribution or certain things, to make things right. But when you're dealing with families, or like I said, equity, you gotta work. You gotta really be concerned about that. If you give and no one giving back, you gotta. That's like not saying a red flag, but you have to really like look inside yourself and say, hold on. Because like even with us, like our family, you can call us, you can interview us, you can do whatever you want. We're always open, because we always want to help, if building a platform or just you want to know, we'll always do stuff for you. But it's like now, no offense, but now it's like we got a couple of campaigns going,
Right.
we got our businesses been going, and it's like no one is contributing.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Some
it's
people
like
do, some people don't.
right, it's funny because I was on a call one time and I was talking about like contracts. I was talking about certain things, and a person hit me up, and he was like, "Yo, blah 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 blah," and I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And he was like, "Yo, you got any?" I was like, "No." I said, "But I can help, frame it for you." And I said, "But we need to connect, And it's funny because like none of my stuff. He didn't follow me. He didn't do anything, but he wanted something from me,
Yeah.
and because I didn't give it to him. He didn't. He thought I was going to be a whore and just give my stuff away.
Right.
And and excuse the terminology when I say whore, but I'm not a whore. I don't whore my stuff. I don't whore anything. And so it's going to have to be a transaction.
Right.
Either we're going to build or you're going to support something that I'm doing, and I'm going to support something that you're
Right.
doing. And so, but I had to learn that.
Yeah. I think it's important too for like the friendships to be truthful and transparent as possible. Because I think the longevity of a friendship, it can happen, but it only can happen if it's like you said, if it's equitable around all sides or
Right.
both sides. Because you can have that relationship where you're doing too much or he's not doing enough, but then it's like, okay, what are we doing in this relationship where we can keep it going? Because I know for me, red flags for me in a relationship is me giving too much. And if I feel like I'm giving too much, I'm going to back off because I know what type of person I am. I know what
Right.
type of woman I am.
Yeah.
So I know that I could go over and beyond and I don't want to, but I know I can. And that frustrates me too because I feel like with certain people, maybe they just don't know how to handle me. And then it's like I give too much too soon.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's a give and take. I think that sometimes when we dealing with life, like sometimes we have to tell people how to handle us.
Yeah.
Because some people don't know.
Yeah.
So I think that sometimes we come into with a false expectation that people already know how to handle us.
That's
And
true.
just think about that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can sit here and have a king, like a real king right in front of you, and people will mishandle them because they probably never been in the presence of a king.
Yeah.
They probably never been in the presence of a CEO, and so they mishandle themselves.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you have to teach them
Yeah.
and share with them. So go ahead.
I was going to say, I was thinking about what you were saying. I know my mom used to say that she was like, when you entertain people, you don't know who you're talking to. So always be on, like, not on your best, but always just
Be on guard.
be available
Yeah.
and talk and speak. Because if somebody speaking to you 9 times out of 10 is something that they might give you and something that they might receive from you.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was thinking about the scripture and it says, "Be careful because you can entertain angels unaware."
Right.
And so, what people got to understand is that how you handle yourself, you don't know who's around you.
Yeah.
It could be somebody that's actually going to give you a big break in whatever that is, and because you mishandled something because of your attitude or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be,
You miss out that blessing.
you miss out. And I know, like when I was dealing with this one company, the company said that they literally actually go out. I know they do this in network marketing. They go out and they talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
And if people are friendly, people are, talk and want to have conversation, these are some people that you want on your team that you can possibly
Yeah.
build with.
Yeah.
But those you like, hey, how you doing? Like they just got, a chip on their shoulder or they always a grouch. Those are people that you kind of tend to not want to really build with.
Right.
Well, that's like when we had went out to that one spot in the hibachi spot, and a couple
Right.
wanted to, they talked to us,
Yeah.
even though, but they wanted to talk to us, and and we talked back, and then ended up got a free meal. Like wasn't even expecting that.
And it's funny because it was like, we just started having conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, are you friendly? Are you people person?
Right.
And I know sometimes some of us have to try at that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's like you don't have to go around with like a chip on your shoulder like the
Right,
world owes you.
right.
The world doesn't owe you anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like a lot of times, what you put out is what you get back.
Yeah.
And sometimes we put out to the wrong thing.
But some
Or
people
wrong people.
just
Yeah.
like some people just like to express themselves. Like I know it been times for all of us to where we'll be out and then you just meet that one person, they just start telling them their whole life story, and you be like, well, okay, but sometimes you gotta be receiving too, because it's like they just probably just need somebody to talk to, event, and that might be a person that you actually just saved their life because
Right.
they
And
express
so that's the thing. And so it's like, okay, so when we looking at things, it's like, okay, I think it's very, very important to understand our purpose in life.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But in order to understand our purpose in life, and y'all always heard me, no matter what platform, I'm gonna always say this, you have to have vision for your life. And so when you have the vision for your life, and you know without a shadow of a doubt that's something that you're supposed to do, that's something that's not going to exchange, it's not something that's going to remove you, it's not going to shake you no matter what's the situation. And so when you have that vision for your life, you tend to find people that fits that vision.
Right.
You tend to
Yeah.
build relationships with people that fit that vision.
Yeah.
You tend to buy things that fit that vision. You tend to move to fit that vision.
Yeah, I agree.
But you know what the crazy thing is too? Like when you're meeting somebody new, it's crazy because we've been in that situation. I think we were out. I think it was last year, or year before last, and we had met that one chick at the hotel. Her and her fiance, and so.
Oh yeah.
That was
I
last year because I did the anniversary thing. That was on
okay.
our anniversary.
Well, I knew it was last year or year before last. But yeah, we got to talking. We both were thinking the same thing, actually. Like, should I talk to them? Or, maybe they ain't going to want to talk to me and stuff like that. Right. So we were thinking the same thing. And then I just was like, you know what? Let me just go and just say something. And then it just came from there. And she ended up buying from me for the business. And I ended up being a vendor for her wedding.
Yep.
So, I think for the sake of relationships, get out there, explore, talk to people.
Yeah, you got to get out your comfort zone. And you got to understand, it's like if you do what you always done, you're going to get what you always got. And so a lot of times, we have bounds, and bondage around us that we have to break free from. Some of it is just inherited. Some of it is just our life card. Some of it is just our sign. But it's always this struggle between this good and evil per se, you know? And it's funny, it's because it's like, the things that you struggle in, those are the things that you have to work at.
Yeah.
You know, and just don't say, well, that's just me. No.
Yeah.
Those are your struggles. Those are the things that you have to fight with.
Weaknesses, though.
Yeah, those are weaknesses that's inside your strength, because ain't no one weak.
Yeah.
But we have weaknesses inside our strength. We're strong people.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's about like when you think about being teachable, you have to be what's the word? Because y'all know I'm finna jack it up, so I know y'all finna laugh. But
you sure?
Receptive?
Reciprocate?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the word.
What?
You said we was about to laugh. So I just
It's okay. Bay on my side.
That
At
shit
least
get
it's the
hell out of
only.
me. What the F are we doing?
You know what? Anywho, if y'all don't know, everybody know I just be making up words, but I don't look at. But no, I was just saying, like, you have to be able to willing to, like you said, everything is a give and a take, and I feel like you have to be
Receptive. Or reciprocated back.
yeah,
I got
to be willing to, take in and learn.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's like it all comes down to that vision and purpose. And so, like when you have a direction in life, and you know where you're going, it's going to automatically weed people.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because it'll intimidate people, or to weed people, or they feel like whatever, and that's fine. And it's like because at the end of the day, you're focused.
Mm-hmm.
You have a direction in life, and you know where you're going. That's a whole different thing where somebody is finding themselves. So it's like if we close the light on the studio and we try to move around, if you're not familiar with the environment, you're gonna fall into stuff. If it's real dark, you're gonna fall into stuff. You're gonna break stuff. You're gonna do that. But if you have the light on, you can see where you're going.
Yeah.
And so that's your vision versus just feeling yourself out in life and walking in darkness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so a lot of us are struggling just to find that purpose. A lot of us are struggling to find that inner self.
Yeah.
And self is the highest form
Yeah.
of everything.
You got people that be out here smelling themselves. Oh, that's my.
I know what you mean.
saying.
I know
Like,
what you mean.
smelling,
I know what you mean.
I'm from Chicago. Smelling yourself is like you feeling yourself. You out here, feeling.
I didn't know how that applied. I'm sorry.
I was saying because when you was talking about self, I was like, some people really be self-absorbed, like they be smelling they stuff and they can't.
No, I'm not
Okay.
talking about that type of self. I'm saying self is the highest form as far as like knowledge of self.
Well, then say what you
Self-government,
said.
Like self-discipline, like things like that. Being able to govern yourself. That's the highest form. So if a person can govern themselves, and be able to be that walking like person, that's mastery of self, then he has accomplished the highest level.
So that's like you saying a person has to have discipline to
Yes.
keep themselves
Yes.
together.
Yes. And guess what? Discipline also brings about discipleship. Because I know, to be honest, I had somewhat discipline, but it wasn't until I went into the military when I was young to teach me discipline. And I went in there for that. When I went into the military, here it is, I had 15 W-2 forms. And if I would have known what I know now, I understand. But that crap beat the mess out of me. 15 W-2 forms in 1 year. I just quit jobs because I didn't understand my entrepreneur spirit. I didn't understand who I was. And so I was like, a daughter was born, Tamaja was born around that time, and I was like, you know what, I got a daughter. A daughter does things for a man, And I was like, nah, I got to change. And so I pursued them, and I knew exactly what I wanted. I didn't want the college. I wanted discipline.
Yeah.
I wanted structure, a little bit more structure in life. That's why I joined the military. Once again, I joined because I had a purpose. I had a vision. My vision was, this is what I would see myself as, and this gave me my purpose. You see what I'm saying? And then through that, it gave me my direction. But everything else came with it. You know what I mean? It naturally came with it. And so once again, when we do things based off of vision that we see ourselves doing, like it's funny when we was talking about the land. When we got that truck, the big black truck or pickup truck,
Our monster truck.
right? I seen that on the land. And so even though when we were driving down, I knew that it was going to be on the land.
So you saw this
I saw it. That's
on
vision.
the land.
Yeah, I did.
So you saw that exact truck
On the land.
Oh my God.
When I
on
had
the
it,
land.
when I got the truck, I seen it on the land.
You getting real serious? Not just
But no, I'm
I
serious.
know.
But that's how it really is. Like, what do you see yourself as?
Right.
What can you see? Not something that you make up, but it's something that really bears witness with you.
You have to
Yeah.
have like just forget it. Pacific,
A Pacific plan or what? Well,
epiphany.
epiphany.
Yeah.
Okay. Epiphany. No,
You
I
see
just,
how they do me?
but like your vision, that's the thing. Your vision brings forth purpose. Y'all silly.
They always do me wrong. Babe,
I didn't know what to
babe.
I didn't know what she was saying.
Babe, you must be on my side.
No, babe, I'm laughing with you, boo boo. I'm laughing with you. She's laughing at you.
Ah, hell yeah, I'm laughing.
Hey, he's supposed to be the sane one.
I am the sane one, but that crap was funny. Nah, but
So you admit you was laughing.
okay. I was laughing with you, babe. You laughed too. You said, just forget it.
And you know what? I naturally just act like that. Like I can't help it, y'all. I can't.
Just
It's
forget
alright,
it.
girl, it's
It was
alright.
so funny because she just
It was
buckled
cute.
in.
It
I know,
was
it was so cute. But nah, but
Cute.
like,
Not just playing.
yeah, Qiana hate that word.
Right,
If I call
right.
her
That's
cute,
why
she about-
that's why
she
I was
gonna
net
cut me. Cute.
cute.
Cute. I ain't a little kid.
Wait, so I'm a little cute. Well, yeah, I am a little cute.
You ain't no little kid. Stop it. I ain't no petty.
Not,
Anyway.
what? I was
You
saying
said
it
you ain't
like
no
that.
petty.
No petty.
Anyway, y'all wildin', man.
Tickle.
But anyway, stop.
What?
Y'all wildin'. But-
you wildin'.
Right.
Stop it. Y'all, I got two. Stop. Spin on it. Anyway, y'all wildin'.
What, babe?
Yeah.
Babe.
That's
What?
Babe.
You gonna leave me alone?
What are you
We
talking
got
about?
a show to do. God, leave.
Okay, well, act like you got some sense today.
Oh.
Anywho.
Okay, is it sense with a is it C-E-N-T
Stop
or
it.
S-E-N-S?
Stop it.
Sense.
Right.
Sense.
Right.
Spin. Well, then.
You know what? We want to give a shout out to Alexis that's behind the scene. Y'all don't see Alexis behind the scenes. She up here writing notes and stuff.
Right,
giving us
talking about
things.
some
She
spin on
actually keeps this stuff going with all the different camera angles and the lights and the audio. She
Give
makes
it
sure
up,
this is-
Alexis!
You know, so we're gonna give it up, Alexis. So Alexis behind the scenes. She always a behind the scene person. She likes the camera for some reason, but then when you put her on camera, it's like, oh.
Really?
Are we not doing that?
Or
We
you
ain't
take a
doing that.
picture of her, she be like,
Right?
put your damn head down.
I always got that dumbass pose.
Leave her alone. Leave my baby alone.
Leave Lexus
All
alone.
right, leave my baby alone. But anyway, shout out to Alexis. Yeah, but it's funny.
Why you did the whole Just relax. Babe, put your tongue back in.
Really?
So
You
you-
want my tongue in?
Can
we focus?
I know where you can put that tongue in. No,
All right.
There's a meeting in my bedroom.
So don't be late.
Hold on, you missed the word. So please don't be late.
I sang it
Please
right.
don't
So,
make me wait.
Oh, please don't
Oh,
make
I
me wait.
thought it was
I said
late.
please don't be late. You said it too. What you talking about?
no.
What you talking? You said it first.
How you gonna talk shit? It don't even know what you said though. Say what you said.
Shoot, what
Say
you
what
talking
you
about?
said. Chef, I
Anyway.
scratch you.
Anyway, so
Stop scratching me.
how did we get here?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
How did we get here? Y'all
We're
wildin'.
just having a good time.
Right, we
tonight.
going
I
with
mean,
the flow.
today.
We
Not-
just
not
got, I
tonight.
know y'all out there laughing, wherever y'all is.
Don't be laughing at us. We ain't
Wherever
funny.
y'all is, don't be laughing. I don't care where you is.
You
Don't
got
laugh.
vibes, you feel me? It's cool.
It's not funny.
Oh my God. Oh my
Oh,
God.
Lord.
So you really gonna do that? Really? Tell everybody how you got beat up this morning.
Oh, what are you talking about?
What are you
Oh,
talking
Lord.
about?
Can we stay on
You know
topic?
what? I got a nice pillow with your face on it.
Ooh.
And I ain't talking about like that.
I don't, who you?
What are we talking? I'm just trying to figure out what the pillow that you got my face on. That's what I was trying to
And I'm
figure out.
dead ass. Her face gonna be like this.
I'm trying to figure that out.
She got her nerves. She
She
don't want none
Talking
of
mad
this.
stuff,
She don't
yo.
want none of this.
Y'all don't want no.
She don't.
You
She
see-
don't.
You
She
see what I
don't
gotta
want the
deal
Brahma
with?
bull. She don't want the Brahma bull.
Yeah, because you
Her and
knocked-
Alexis was funny earlier too. That crap was hilarious.
You knocked Babe out that one time
What?
in the
Hold
mirror.
on. What is
Baby,
this?
Baby, listen.
Okay, hold on.
Listen,
First off,
baby,
no,
baby,
y'all be
baby.
telling the story like it's all jacked up.
No, I'm
First
finna
off, we was
tell
in a
you.
bathroom.
Babe, no,
It
this
was
in her
closed.
room.
No,
This
it was
in her
closed.
room.
No, this
And
is the
she
bathroom
pushed-
in
no,
Connecticut.
No, I'm talking about the other time.
I
She
don't know what they're
pushed
talking
you and
about.
her mirror. You heard that shit was like boom, 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 boom. I was like, what the hell?
But y'all acting like I get abused or something. So here's the thing.
No, we
The
get
point-
abused.
The point. Y'all get abused? Yeah, that
No, we don't.
branded.
I got
Anyway.
I got the mark to prove it.
Got the mark of Bruce.
The Marker Bruce.
Now, anyway.
It be like that, babe.
Yeah.
We got the
Or
mob.
it be like this. Pow!
It'd be like whatever. I know you light skinned though, so I gotta watch it with you because you look like I'm abusing you.
Ow!
You got the mob. You like it rough though.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, I'm like, woo, daddy.
No. But what be funny is, babe, no, what be funny is Qiana be like, it sound like babe was in there beating you. I felt bad for you. You was in there slapping ass again. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, y'all wildin'. Can we stop telling our business?
Okay.
Sheesh.
We just having a good time. We just flowing.
Sheesh. Stop telling our
But
business.
flowing. We literally
I'll be
flowing.
slapping ass. Stop telling our business. Anyway.
You look like a man that slap ass. You look like something else. Say what you said.
So, purpose.
Yeah, that was a 5-10 minute tangent.
Hey, I know they enjoying this. They gonna replay this.
Nah, but like it's funny because it's like, okay, so you
Now
have
we gotta
that.
be all serious.
You have that.
I know. I thought
You
of
have
that.
that. You stop. Leave me alone. You
Okay.
have because you will align or attract people to fit your vision.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you know I'm on track. It's like, okay, I'm going down a one-way road or I'm going down a road, right? And as I'm going down this road, I pick up things on the way to get to. I don't have to go backwards.
Right.
I'm picking up things on the way to my destination.
Sometimes you just need, don't pick nobody up from the stone.
No, I ain't talking about that. You silly.
Oh.
I'm saying like if you driving, you got snacks or you need snacks or you need to get gas or whatever. On the way, it's a purposeful stop.
Right.
Because it's something that you need
Right.
along the way. Oh my God, did you snorkel?
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Twice.
All right.
Okay.
Did you do that? Or was that on purpose?
That was on purpose.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, man.
Everything's on purpose.
Don't say that.
No,
'cause
I
now
didn't
you
fart,
got-
Alexis. I said, did you fart? No, I snorkeled. Anyway,
Snorkeled.
so it's like that's the thing. And so when you're walking in your vision, you're walking in your purpose, you will attract those things.
Right.
And those things will automatically be a part. But then sometimes you have those stranglers or those strangers that's out on your
Said
road.
stranglers.
Yeah, those that strangled or dangled, whatever.
Oh, I thought
You
you
have
were talking
those
about
people that's going to actually try to defer you, or we call it division.
Mm-hmm.
Division or divide you from where you're going to stop you or prevent you. And so you have to be on the lookout for those.
Right.
And then it's basic easy. It's like figure out what's the purpose of their life. Figure out if it matches where you're going. You know, figure out if it's going to be equitable.
Right.
Figure out the things that they can contribute. Figure out the things that you can help them with. And if it's something that is a match or it's a relationship, which it relates.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like you have like when you're dealing with electronics, you have a male and a female connector. You put it together, it relates and it brings power.
And they
Okay.
close like
Right.
this.
And so make sure these things relate. And that's a relationship. It has to relate. You know, if it don't relate, then it's not you're not gonna build anything.
Right.
And so when you're on your journey in life, those are the things. And also you have to be willing to let things go. You have to be willing to die.
Yeah.
I know we was talking yesterday, and I was talking about we was watching Dr. Miles Monroe, and that was somebody who really helped me and shaped me into the leader that I am today. You know, and I was like years ago, and you know I felt bad when he really died on the plane, but
On a plane.
yeah, him and his wife they
Him and his
died.
wife.
Together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it was a private plane. That hit. Yeah,
Oh
they
my
died.
God.
But you know, whatever. I got some thoughts on that, but whatever. But anyway,
Me too.
but
We don't care
but
about your
when you're dealing
thoughts.
with purpose, like I did a lesson called I forget what it was, but it was dealing with purpose, or it was dealing the purpose of success, right? Good success. But anyway, death. A lot of times, just think about this, and what I was saying to y'all last night was this. I think you was upstairs, Jasmine. But what I was saying last night is that in life, when you watch movies or even in real life, it's hard for someone to want to inflict pain on someone who don't care.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or they want to torture someone who don't care. Like, okay, I don't care. I'm not afraid to die. Sometimes we heard stories of people letting people go
Right.
You know, because it's like when you're afflicting pain or traumatic, you want people to be afraid to die.
Yeah.
You want people to be afraid. You want them to live. You want to mess with those people that still want to live. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, I got a lot to live for. I got a lot to live for. And that's the problem, even in our life. If you look at it, what are some things that's attacking you right now because you are not afraid to lose? What are some things that's causing death in your life because you're not afraid to die? Once you're afraid to die, once you're not afraid to die, or once you're willing to die for what you want, then you're on your path. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the whole thing. And so it's like things are happening in our lives because number one, we don't have vision.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have purpose. We don't have direction. And because of these things, we want to hold on to everything. We're not willing to let things go.
But how would one person find that though? Like if they're looking for direction or whatever, because some people they'll go to church or they'll meet somebody or what. It just depends. But
So
I want
don't
to
know.
answer that.
you say you want to answer? Go ahead.
Well, to the best of my abilities,
Okay.
anyways.
Go
Because
ahead.
I thought about something when you were saying that, and I was thinking about when you were saying where do people go to figure out their direction and things like that. And I was thinking to myself, because I know when we all came as one, it was like he'd say one thing, like, yeah, just go over here. Your old man gotta die. And at that time, I didn't know what that man was talking about. I said, what are you talking about? So I need that? What are you talking about? Like, but, he was showing like different directions, saying, well, you need to go this way. And then he always used to be like, y'all always want to fight me. He still do that sometimes, but anywho. But now just realizing, I feel like it would be a natural thing. Like you will know your direction. You would know when somebody is giving you direction because the very thing, somebody wise told me that. The very thing that you have reflection. No, reflect.
Afflict you?
Oh, yeah. The very thing that's hard for you to do is the very thing that you're supposed to do.
oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
This guy. He told me that. But and, I just
Yeah, because what you want to do don't come natural.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that you have to work at.
Yeah.
If it's something that just there, then it's not really a part because you need some type of adversities to go.
Yeah,
play
and
with
that's
that.
and that's why I feel like people would know their direction where they need to go because some people, like she was saying, some people go to church. Some people would sit in that church and be like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Because they feel like that's the first thing they have to go do. Let me run to church because church will solve my problems, but it will be a self thing. It will be
Or
something that
school,
you
go
have
to school.
to
Right,
deal with.
and it's funny, and it's
Yeah.
funny, and no offense to shout out to everyone who goes to school, but like when I talk to some women and we talk, and then you could tell they don't have no direction in life because their answer sometimes is, "I just want to go back to school," and I'm like, "For what? You just graduate for this?" And so it's like, what's the point? You're not doing anything with what you got,
Right.
and so it's like, think about this. It's like a lot of times people, and I'm not saying that's a blank. That's just a blanket statement. But sometimes people, even when they go to church, think about that. What's the purpose of you going?
Yeah.
What's the point? Sometimes people go to big churches because they want to be a part of something.
Yep.
Right.
And think about that. People join things because they just want to be a part of something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, you want to be a part, but what is your contribution?
Right.
Not what is you getting from it, but what are you giving
Yeah.
to it?
I feel like that's the hardest thing because, not to say it in the wrong way to rub anybody wrong. I just feel like people be quick to give to the church, but won't be quick to give to something that actually they should be invested in.
Mhm.
And that's what I never understood. Like people would get a whole bill to church and be like, yeah, I'm going to get it back.
Man, it's
But
the power of belief, man.
Yeah.
People
but
understand.
That's true.
when
That's true.
that's why I
That's the
feel like
power of belief, man.
that's why I feel like they have to believe in this.
Right.
Like that's how I feel about
Well,
GoFundMe.
they have to see it though.
Yeah, but you got to think, man. Here it is, some wisdom.
Seeing
And
is
I,
believing.
a man said this, and those who know, they're gonna know what I'm talking about. A man says this. He said, unless if I can touch your hand, then I'll believe. And he came in there. He said, look, touch my hand. And he said, wow, my master. And he said, because you seen me, you believe, but blessed are those who have not seen me and believe. And so these are the things that you got to understand. Sometimes for people, it's seeing is believing.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and it's a lot because I have a vision. I see ourselves building on this land. I see it. I see us working. I literally see us there, like we're there right now, working, right? And so because it's unseen, it's hard to believe.
But
It's hard to invest in.
that's why I don't get. I gotta challenge that because people, people believe in that, and he's not tangible.
Exactly, but that's the point. See, the invisible is made known in the visible.
Yeah.
See, the spiritual is visible. It's invisible. It's unknown, but it's the natural that makes the thing visible, the spiritual visible.
Okay.
This is what people don't understand. Like wind, you don't see wind, but you see the effect of wind on a tree.
Right.
So you know
can feel
wind
it.
is blowing. You can feel it. You can.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so once again, that's another thing. He said, "Look, you can love God who you don't see, but hate your brother who you see.
Right.
That's not real.
Right.
You see how you believe in something that you can't see, but you reject the very thing that you see.
Right. That's right.
You see
there,
what I'm
next
saying?
to you.
And so that's the thing, is dealing with natural and spiritual. Spiritual things sometimes is unexplainable.
Right.
But a lot of times nature itself can shed light on that which is explained. You know what I mean? That what is unexplained.
Yeah, I had experienced that this morning. I was outside and I was just on the side of the house, and that's where all the sun was at. And then it was like I just kept feeling all this wind just hit my face. I was like, oh my God, like I just felt so energized. Even
Did it
though I
slap
know
you?
probably.
It sun kissed you, baby.
Right. It did.
Really? I'm trying to help her. Where was you at when they
Oh,
was
Lord.
talking about me? No, it's
Moving
fair.
on. Better have this one.
No, but like it was like a really good feeling that I had to experience, and I hadn't experienced that in a long time, not being out early in the morning. But it was like that wind, like you said, like we don't know, like we know it's there, we just can't see it.
We don't know where it comes from. We don't know.
And it's it just hit me on like
Yeah, but
my
slap
right-
taste out your mouth.
my right side of the face, and I was
That's
just
your left note that you was.
You're right.
oh
Yeah.
shit.
That's your left hand.
Anyway, all right.
Got him.
Oh my God.
Nah, but it did it again. Nah, but it was a beautiful feeling. Like I was loving the whole thing. I was just looking outside and looking up at the sky, and the skies was blue, like just beautiful blue. And looking at the moon, it's like the moon was out just sitting up there just chilling,
The moon and the sun was at
You
the
know,
same
you know,
time.
you know one thing.
That is crazy in
One
itself
thing
too.
that I love is the fact that, even with preparation, a lot of times it's good to be spontaneous and do things, but a lot of things that's going to last is preparing.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
even in my spontaneous moves, it's in an act of preparing or something that goes with the vision.
But that's rare for you. Like, you're not
Right.
really, you be like playing. You be like, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to keep looking. I eat, breathe, sleep.
Yeah, I do. Because it's passion. And I think that's another thing that's really lacking in our society is really passion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was even talking to Alexis and Qiana. I said, I think you went upstairs. And I was just saying, passion is that fire that ignites you.
Yeah.
It's that
It's to
thing
keep
that
us going,
it's the
too.
fuel. So it's like the old engines, the old train engines. You put that coal in, and that coal is the fuel that keep that fire going to
Really?
keep that train going. Choo choo, little engine that could.
Yeah.
Little engine. I think I can. Anyway, and so that's your passion. Your passion is what ignites you. And so it's funny because, like, you'll do it sometime. You do it in, Alexis and anybody, even in the house. Y'all come to me with something, and I'll ask a question. And my question is, okay, so what's the point of that? Not being sarcastic, but I'm saying, what's your purpose? And then you'll be like, never mind.
Okay, no, let's get this right. Let me clarify, because sometimes, like you used to say, pick and choose your battles. Certain things I just be like, ain't worth it. So I just be like, never mind, because it's not worth it at that moment.
Right, I get that. But my point is not pick and choose battles. What I'm saying is that if it's something that you're passionate about, if it's something that you have vision and purpose and direction, because all that comes in vision, nothing that anybody's going to say is going to stop you from doing that.
No, I
Yeah.
get that,
That's
but
what I'm saying.
sometimes, for me, it's still a little scary talking to you about certain things because I know what you're gonna say.
No, you
You're
don't.
gonna say. Sometimes I do, and
He
I
said,
just
"No,
be
you
like,
don't."
What am I about to say right now?
not. I was talking about in those situations. You're a butt. I'm gonna drop booty head right here. But no, like sometimes that's what
booty head?
really be meaning for me. That's why I just shut down. I just be like, nah, never mind, because I don't know where it would go or
So my thing is,
You
I'm
know.
always going to challenge people because I want you to be confident.
Mhm.
That's the thing. Confidence gets you a long way. And a lot of people, when you confidence is firm. Because you got to think about something. Here it is. We have these palm trees out here, right? And the wind can pick up in the desert. And think about how tall that palm tree is. Think about how tall it is.
taller than
So
us.
think about it's for a reason. Think about that. The taller that palm tree is, imagine the root system for that.
Yeah.
That root system has to be firm.
Yeah.
It has to be deep. It has to be embedded because if that wind blows, it can uproot if it's not rooted deep.
Yeah.
And so you cannot grow, you cannot go high if you're not rooted deep. So
Yeah.
think about that. And so when people come to me, I do ask questions and I have a poker face. Not that I don't care or anything like that, but I build confidence. I want you to be confident because if you present it to me and you like, oh, I want you to get it out. I want you to get all your bugs out. I want you to, because if this is something that you truly believe in, I'm going to support you.
Yeah.
If this is something that you really going to be firm, that means that if you go and you order all this and no one buys it, are you still going to be firm in doing what you said you're going to do?
But with you, babe, is like, you're, to me, in my eyes, you're everything. You're a king. So it's like when you want to present certain things, it just be like I get the confident piece because you do have to be confident dealing with you.
Mhm.
And I just be like, sometimes I'm still in my little phase where I'm still finding myself. Like, I'm like, I want to go ask, but then I don't want to go ask. Like, I got to ump myself up. Like, that's why sometimes, it takes a while for me to say something. Cause I'll be like, let me make sure it's like this. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. Let me, before I say something. Like,
But that's not wrong. And so once again, this goes back full circle what we was talking about.
Mhm.
When you have a vision, you have your purpose in life, no one can come to you and handle you any kind of way.
Right.
And so you honor my opinion, you honor my stature, you honor that. And so like, man, I got to make sure. And that causes people to step up. That causes people to become better. So there's nothing wrong with that. Once again, because I have a vision, I have direction in life. You see what I'm saying? And it causes people to either rock with you or don't rock with you.
Right.
And so now if it causes infirmity, that means I'm not firm on that what I believe in, or I'm not passionate about it. You see what I'm saying? And people say, well, you can be passionate, or what if it's just, no, if this is something that you truly desire, if this is something that you, look, this land is not something that we just thought up 5 years ago.
Right.
This land been in the making for over 20 years.
Yep.
This has been the vision for our family since day one.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so this is something that over time, I did something. Maybe I didn't have all the money then. Maybe we didn't have the property, but I did something.
Right.
Whether I researched, maybe look what I need to look at with unincorporated versus corporated township. When I
Right.
look at zonings, when I look at these, when I look at that, I did something towards the vision every day. You see what I'm saying? I got around people. I started changing my mindset. When I came back from Iraq, it changed my life because I learned and I seen people were happy living in a different way.
Right.
And so we here and we so spoiled and we feel like we're entitled here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like everyone wants something for nothing.
Yeah.
Once again, goes back with purpose again. I'm not going to be mishandled because I understand where I'm going. You see what I'm saying? And you're not going to allow people to mishandle you.
Right.
Yep.
Because when you know that you're royalty, whether people want to throw out terms kings and queens or whatever, that's fine. But if you know who you are, you're not going to allow people to misuse you or mishandle you. You can use me, but don't misuse me.
I have posted something on Twitter because I'm a lame. I just figure out how to Tweeters.
Tweeter? Oh, like those car speakers?
Tweeters, right? So, anywho, because they not going to get me today. Not just play. But yeah, so I had downloaded Tweeters and
Twitter.
I downloaded Tweeters and I finally figured out how to work Tweeters and I had put, I'm trying to be serious. Okay. And I have posted something on Tweeters and I had said,
Keep saying it though.
Man, just let me play out.
So I had posted something on Tweeters, and it said, because it sparked something when you said what you had said, and it was crazy because I put on there and I was like, when you know yourself, nobody can ever take yourself from you, like take you because you know yourself, you're firm in yourself, something like that in that standpoint. Let me see if I can find it for y'all real quick because I only have for 2 seconds, so hold on.
Well,
I want to get the exact words, but go ahead.
Well, as you say that, here's the thing. You got to look at something. What has birthed you? Everyone goes through a second death, a first death, not a second death. Second death is what? But everyone has to go through a first death. And so think about it. You have to die like a cycle. Like if people don't understand, 2020 was the end of the world. But it's not the end of the world of what people thought.
Right.
Because we live in a cycle. We live in a circle, not a straight line. And so it's a death, but a regeneration of something new. So things are not going to go back. This is what people got to understand. It's not going to go back to the golden years. It's not going to go back to the way how we things has changed.
Yeah.
And so it died, literally, and it's a rebirthing. And now what we're experiencing is growing pains.
Right.
We have to readjust. You got to realign. You got to. And so whether it's natural or whether it's man-made, it don't matter. It's a change.
Right.
And so once again, what has birthed you? Because a lot of us go through these changes and we die,
Right.
and we don't move forward. We stay stagnant.
Yeah.
We're dead. But what is it that caused you to birth? Because your greatness is birthed in adversity.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Think about that. When you put a seed in the ground, that seed literally dies. It goes to a death phase. And then
I
when
thought
you
the seed was already dead. We looked that up. The seed is
okay,
already
but
dead.
when it goes into the ground, it's symbolic of death.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then when you cultivate that seed in that ground, and you know the whole circle, the whole cycle of life, it starts to germinate.
Yeah.
It starts to grow roots first, so it grows down first. And so what has birthed you? What is causing you now to germinate? To grow your foundation, to solidify who you going to be in life.
Yeah. Right.
Every plant is born for a purpose. Every tree goes through a cycle. Everything goes through a cycle in life.
Yeah.
It's a cycle of birth, regeneration, and a cycle of death.
Right.
So you said that we have to have one death, or is that what you said?
Yeah, we die. That's the point.
But I don't know. Like, and I'm not saying nothing against what you said. It's just it just depends on the experience that you're going through, because you might have to die again.
That's my point. Everyone has that one day. Everyone has to die. My point is, so I know I said one thinking one time.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was saying.
My point is that
Because people can die in the spiritual.
But
I feel like
what I'm
when
saying
you
is-
were saying one like your shell, because this is
Yeah,
what it is. Your
yeah.
shell dies,
right.
but your
So
soul still
right. So
carries.
here it is. You was born,
Mm-hmm.
but in order to be great, you have to die
Right.
to experience greatness.
Yeah.
But yet every year we die
Yeah.
because it's a cycle. So we die every year. We could die every day. We can die every month. We die.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so that's the cycle of life. The sun dies when it removes from our hemisphere, from our area. It like dies, meaning it comes dark, and then it regenerates in the morning, and it shines up. So that's the cycle of life. We go through a death and a life experience every day.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, my point is that a lot of us die, but we never get up.
Yeah.
And that's when you fail.
Yeah. That's
Because it's okay to fall. It's okay to fall and get back up, fall, get back up. But when you fall and you stay there, and I thought about, I thought about a movie, right? And I kind of said this before, but remember that movie remember Karate Kid? And he was fighting the guy. I think it was Karate Kid 2.
His leg was messed up, right?
I don't remember. He said, I think it was 2. He said, "Get up, LaRusso. Get up. I own you. I own you." I think it was 2. And Mr. Miyagi came and ran at him. And he said, what is it? He's like, get up, you know. And he said, I'm afraid, okay? I'm afraid. He said, it's okay to lose to opponent, but must not lose to fear.
Right.
It's okay to fall. It's okay, but you cannot be afraid to fight. You cannot be afraid of fear. Yeah. You cannot be afraid of death, because that's what fear does.
Yeah,
it brings death. You cannot be afraid to die in nothing that you do in life.
Yeah. Well, that's going back to my thing.
Go ahead.
So, because it goes on what you were saying. So I had the reason why I tweeted this because I was watching something on Monique from Parker's, because I follow her and she do like these inspirational videos and stuff. And something that she had said, and I was like, dang, this is something what they say, right? So it was saying that make sure you believe in yourself. Once you believe in yourself, because you need yourself, no one can take that from you.
Right. No one can take it. And that's so true. Once again, the power of self. Yeah. You got to govern yourself.
And you will never be alone either.
Right.
If you know yourself,
come on.
You won't be alone.
The power, the knowledge of self, when you're able to govern yourself, when you're able to discipline, self-discipline, self-government, self-economics, self-sufficiency, when you're able to do that, and I'm not saying self but I'm saying in the network, in the community, but when you have power of self, no one can take it away from you.
Absolutely.
No one has power over you.
But let's go back to your confident thing.
Come on, it's confidence.
That's
no
all it
one
is.
Has authority over you unless if you give it to them.
Yep. And you have a choice.
And you still gave it to them. Once again, you gave it to them. You have a power.
Willingly.
You gave them the authority.
Yep.
You have people don't understand humans. You are powerful. You are divine in your nature.
Mm-hmm. Even in our DNA.
There's nothing that should be controlling you.
Right.
And what I mean, I'm not saying control like you're in a system that's different because you're working together. You're supposed to learn how to work interdependently. But my point is that you don't. It's and I know it's sad because it's like no matter what, you will always have people that's going to be workers. You're going to have always people that's going to day to day punch a clock and they hate their stuff, but they do it. So you're going to have those people. But then you have those entrepreneur minds, those leadership minds that's not afraid to take risks. Right. That's not afraid to die. You see what I'm saying? Entrepreneurship is hard. It's hard work. People don't understand. It's like it's pain and suffering. Sometimes you don't even know tomorrow your dollar going to come in. Right. And you live like that. But think about that. That's a whole different ball game from when you going to work and you making pennies for where you're really worth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what the F are we doing? Yeah. Like, on this, and this is the point. It's like when I shared this with you guys already, and I'm talking about you guys that are listening and watching, when I was afraid about going to the land. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna do it regardless. But it's like when I got out there, it's not to when you do it, you realize like, oh man, that was something that's trying to kill me. And I'm glad because it did kill me. It caused me to recycle myself because I went through it. So it killed me, but now I'm born. I'm birthed. What birthed me?
Yeah. Well, that's like you talking about that. I was thinking about every time I had to go in to have the baby, and I was thinking about how every time I always had anxiety attack right on the table when they be like, okay, sit up so we can give you the spinal tap, and I'm like, like it's okay to carry the baby, but I be like the anticipation, I be ready to get cut because I gotta have a C-section. I just be like,
right,
no, but then it'd be like, it's over now. Like, okay, I got what I wanted. Look, It's like that fear, like what you were saying, it can consume you. Like, and if you allow it to consume yourself, you it's a done deal. Like, you will be fearful all your life. Like, you will be scared of everything.
But think about that. Greatness is birthed through adversities.
Right.
And it's funny because no matter what about our people, they can't break us.
Right.
You can't take something away from somebody who was born in nothing. Think about that scene with Batman with Bane. He said, I was born in the dark. You literally embraced it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't put fear into me when it comes to this.
Right.
Like, when a person was born through, think about something. You see it in movies. You see it in real life. When you watch movies, you always root for the person who had nothing, but then built themselves up to be great. That's a superhero story.
Right.
You think of every superhero movie that they have out. They had some type of adversity that happened to them that caused them, whether it's genetically modified, regardless, but they had some type of adversity
Well, that's like
to make them to be great. Just like Glass, right?
Like, each of them had something going on with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so think about it. I don't care how much money you have.
Right.
Everyone
still go
goes
through
through ups and
something.
downs.
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't have no money. Everybody, think about that. You take a rich person, you take a poor person, and you put them outside in the same environment. They're all going to experience the same results in the environment.
Yeah.
That wind is not biased. That rain is going to rain on you. It's going to sunshine on you. It doesn't matter your status.
Right.
This is what people got to understand. You got to embrace and stop looking at the world as the world owes you or someone is actually stopping you. No one is preventing you to do anything. Maybe you're trying to put a circle into a circle into a square peg. It don't fit. Maybe you're trying to fit into something that's not designed for you.
Yeah.
Maybe if you don't like the system, stop playing the game.
Or maybe just change your position.
Come on, exchange.
Yeah. Because it's a lot of stuff that you probably could be doing, but just probably scared to do.
Mm-hmm.
And, just go for what you know. Go for what makes you feel the best and be the best you that you can possibly be.
Exactly. Always understand this. At the end of the day, you have to be willing to die to live. If you want success in your life, whatever that success may look like for you, whatever that wealth may look like, because guess what? You got people that's building multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar businesses, great, and they're successful. But you got some people where their morals is building their family, and that's wealth and success for them. And so you can't look at yourself, once again, what is your goal? What is your vision? You can't look at yourself and compare yourself to somebody else and say, I'm unsuccessful because no, you can't do that.
Right.
You can't do that because
Basically,
your path
don't
is
do the
different from their
blame
path.
game.
Yeah.
Exactly. Your path is different from their path. Success cannot be measured by somebody else. You can only measure your success by your progress in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't measure your success off somebody else because guess what? No one would never be there. No one would never be enough. No one would never be good enough or qualified if you measure yourself on someone else. Stop using other people's measuring stick.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. Stop using other people's measuring stick. And so my wealth is not generated just in money. My wealth is generated in my family and building that legacy. And guess what? I'm very wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
But according to someone who is wealthy, they might say that I'm not wealthy.
Right.
But then I can say the same thing to them
Yeah.
because they're so big building their business, they don't have time building their families.
Right.
Or they don't have time and they're not wealthy like me as far as kids and wives and family like that. But guess what? To them, they could be a failure. I could be a failure to them and they could be a failure to me.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? In our own right, we are successful because we're doing what our vision calls for us to do.
Right.
And so stop comparing yourself.
And just stay on the path to whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing too.
Come on.
Because it's, getting off the path is going to cost you.
I just feel like follow your heart. Like, in some point, people be like, follow your heart. Because if it's study pulling you over here, it's like, obviously, you need to go that way. Let's go.
But think about this. Here it is. Spirit speaks to your mind. And so in our ancient cultures, the word heart is lev. And it's not your organ.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sounding board. Your heart is your mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's always a fight for this. You turn on the TV, what you hear? All these things that's going on in the environment. We're not going to have to say it. But all these things going on because it's a fight for this.
Right.
They're trying to fearmonger you. So if you learn how to control the best real estate that you have is your mind, nothing can penetrate. When you know how to guard your heart, that's your mind. When you know how to guard that, nothing can come against you, nothing can stop you. You know the power and the ability that you have inside you when you understand and you control your mind.
Right.
Stop letting outside entities dictate to you what you should and should not do.
Right. Agreed.
Your mind is a terrible thing to waste because your mind is your heart. Your heart, your organ beats to it's a sounding, it beats to what your mind perceives.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so, but your heart organ pumps life into your body. It takes bad carbon dioxide and it beeps and then it flows oxygen. Think about that. So even inside you, there's death. There's things that's bad, and you have to filter it and make it good. Because in life is a balance. You got two lungs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got two sides of the brain. You got two eyes. It keeps balance. Two arms, two legs, two hands, two feet. You get it? It keeps balance.
Right. Yeah.
Even you got one nose, but you got two nostrils. It's balance. You know, and that's the thing. You have to have balance in life.
Yeah, when I was outside this morning, that was one of the things. I had grabbed some of my rocks and stuff, and I was in the sun, and I was just like, you know what, help me balance this
You
situation.
said that already.
Shut up. I'm like, just help me balance this situation, because it was things that was coming up in my head about just me personally, and so I'm like, help me balance this situation, because I'm like, I don't want to. I know how I can get, and I know how my response can be. So help me have the right healthy response so that I can handle the situation correctly.
And think about scales. Like you guys know, y'all Libras, but
We get it.
a
We're
false
Libras.
balance. A false balance is an abomination. Think about that. When you unbalanced, you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can tell because it's too much of this and not enough this, or too much of this, not enough. You have to be balanced. And guess what? Through life, that's your fight, is to keep yourself balanced.
Yeah.
To keep when you keep yourself balanced, you'll be able to keep your relationship balanced.
Yeah.
You're able to keep your family balanced. And at times, we do have moments of weakness. But remember, those weaknesses are experienced in your strength.
Yeah.
Because you are strong.
And
You are
it's all
purposeful.
about how you gonna handle it.
Yes, and understand. Sometimes, look, figure out that vision. And when you figure it out, write it down.
Right.
Write it in your mind. Write it in your heart. That's what it is. Write it in your heart so you don't forget it. Your mind. Make sure you brand it in your mind. And so when you share it, understand there's two things that's going to happen. Either people will listen to it and they'll give towards it, they'll help it, or they will kick against it. And that you have to use discernment, because obviously if they fight against it, then they're not for you. If they don't support it, then it's not for you. And it's okay, because guess what? You have to be willing to die. You have to be willing to let that die.
Yeah.
Because what I've heard by Miles Monroe, Dr. Miles Monroe, he said, people are good, but that doesn't mean that they're right for you.
Right.
So just because they're good, they're good people, but it doesn't mean that they're right for you. And so you have to be willing to die to that. You have to be willing to let that go, because it's not benefiting you. There's no purpose of that. If you're giving to them and they can't support you, there's no equity.
Right.
They're good people, but they're just not right for you. They're good for someone else and right for someone else, but just not for you. And it's okay. We have to stop being so sensitive, whereas that it's like, it's the end of, you don't do it my way, you don't like this, then F you and all. No, what are we doing? These are good people out here. They're just not right for you. That's all. And when you understand your purpose, you understand you have vision for your life, and you're walking in that, you will understand, and it's fine. You can still handle people, be sociable. Don't be reckless and rude.
Yeah.
And then on that note, we have Jasmine Paramore Collection, right? You can hit our store up on Facebook.
No.
Oh, you changed it now?
No.
Last time I messed up.
My website is down. We working reconstruction on my website.
Oh, last time you
because
said
my
because I said
Facebook is
IG.
attached.
Okay.
To, you remember we just found
Right.
out?
So hit her up on IG. She has some stuff on there, I think, if it's not on there. Or you can hit her up on Facebook or IG and you can DM her. You know, we're working back up to get her website going. Also with Peri, the Peri Boutique is out. PERIY Boutique. Hit that up. You know, support that. Also wear UHA. You know, the sneakers, the hats, the clothes is on there. So if you guys donate, contribute, it'll help our cause to what we're doing with our family. We believe in building communities and we believe in building families, and that's what we do. And so if you're going to look for good ground to sow into, we are it. And we're not the good ground, but we are a good ground to sow into, whereas that you can get a return. So if you give us something or you sow into us by buying our products or buying, you know, or donating on our GoFundMe, which is the link is in the comment section. When you do that, you will see your money in action. You will see things being done with it. So we're good ground.
I just feel like it just people need to believe in it and just believe that you see us, y'all watch us, y'all see that this is real. For most people who actually met us in real life, they know this is real. This is not just old camera action. Boom,
Let's
boom.
put on
No,
a fake thing.
this
Now
is
we
real
man.
life. Like we're actually.
And I think that's hard though, man. Because to be honest, and no offense to them and no offense to nobody else, but it's a lot of bull crap on social media. It's a lot of fakeness. And so, but we're genuine. And that's the thing. What you see with us is what you get. Like we're real. But I always feel that the real don't get supported, but the fake does.
Yeah. And that's why I was saying, like, I just feel like, you know, if y'all been watching us since last season and we came back and y'all see the growth and everything that we're doing, I feel like go ahead, click that GoFundMe. Like, at least share. If you can't even donate $1, just share, please, and just get the word out there. Like, share, and all of that. And I
even
just
right now,
feel
like and subscribe to our YouTube. That's something that you can help too. If you like our videos and you comment, you know, that will get our videos up. You know, maybe you don't want to hit that subscribe button for some reason. That's fine. But if you hit like and you hit, you know, and you comment on it, that will help us as well. You see what I'm saying? So you don't always have to donate monetarily. There's other ways of doing things.
But even if you do donate, a dollar go a long way.
It does.
Even because I know times is hard. We all know that. But come on, y'all. $1 or $2 will go a long way.
Think about a lot of things that we spend our money on.
You
anyway.
laughing at me?
It's just, to be honest, what I'm looking for is I want to find businesses that are honest people, and the things that we actually spend in like regular stores. If they have it, I want to be able to use their stuff.
Keep the money.
And y'all can challenge me on that. If there's things that we do and things that we have and we spend money on, and you got it, I'd rather spend my money with you versus making the rich rich.
Like we really do support people business.
Like we support people,
we support other people's business,
and we support families. We do it. And so my thing is, look, at the end of the day, you know, you guys like, subscribe, like and subscribe our YouTube channels, our Twitch or whatever. Share it on your social medias. Our links are shareable.
Social media.
Hit our stuff up at Polygenesis Show. Make sure you guys like and subscribe that. And we're just family, man. You know, we doing our thing. We do everything ourselves, man. You know, and we also, you know, if you want to link with us and network with us, make sure you guys DM us. You know, you can hit us in the comment section on YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you want to ask us a question, don't DM us on that. But if you got a comment or whatever, hit us in the comments, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, we'll get back to you. We're not those people that if you like us, we're not going to like you back, or we're not going to follow. Like, look, man, you support, we will support you. You know what I mean? You support us, we support. And that's how it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be that way, but it's hard. It's hard because it's like people will ask, hey, can you support our thing? I'm like, well, shoot. If I support your stuff, you know, support my stuff too.
Right.
I feel like this is just a natural thing. It's supposed to be like that. That's how I feel.
But once again, this is the point of the land too. We want to build our marketplace. And the marketplace is for everyone to share and build in the community. And that's the point. Everyone has their own personalities. Everyone has their own thing. But when we come together and work together, that's the thing. I get that some people desire to want to get on land. Guess what? We got land. We talk, we work it out, we vet. If you got family, that's fine. We can work with that. We can build with that. But we want to see what you have to offer and contribute.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because what we're contributing, we're contributing a lot. So we want to build a long-term relationship with you.
Right.
That's the thing.
Like, what's that saying when they be like, shoot, I just had it too. I was gonna say something deep, but never mind, I forgot it. God.
All right, but you guys, thanks for tuning in to the Polygenesis show. We appreciate you guys' love and support. And remember, even though we all are different, but we all are one, we all are poly.
Poly.
Peace.
Peace.